Welcome BTGMoto viewers to somewhere along the Mosel, and on today's video a bike that doesn't exist, the KTM 390 SMT. It really wants to lean over. I kind of wish I got my leathers and knee sliders on, to be honest. Welcome BTGMoto viewers to my local KTM dealer, which is KTM Schmidt in Binningen. And here today I will be riding a bike that doesn't officially exist, but does exist thanks to Kevin's fantastic imagination. And it's just there. You can see it. It is in fact a 390 SMT, which is a 390 Adventure, which is an SMT. But let's get into that right now. In front of me, I have three bikes: the 390 Adventure, Kevin's 390 SMT creation, and the 890 SMT. The 890 SMT is over 100 horsepower, is a big bike. The 390 Adventure is a 19-inch front wheel, small adventure bike. And KTM offer you the 390 Duke, and they offer you the RC390. But what they don't offer you is a KTM SMT in a 390. And that's exactly what Kevin has built. Let's take a quick look. The KTM 390 Adventure in standard form has the 19-inch front wheel, has Continental TKC tires. It's set up for very light trail riding or very relaxed road riding. And the SMT is a little bit lower on its suspension. It's running 17-inch rims, it's running sportier rubber, and it's got a nice little Leo Vinci pipe. It's also got some electronic stuff done, which includes the engine mat, and it includes the calibration of the traction control and ABS, which, don't forget, on a 390, it benefits from cornering ABS and cornering traction control. But I think we've talked about it enough. Let's go ride it. The bike looks $1 million, but it is actually 1,500 euros more than your 7,000 euro 390 Adventure. And that's because of the hardware, and because of the software, and because of your custom decals, which, by the way, KTM Binningen, they love doing custom decals. Look at all these bikes. That's custom decals, that's custom decals. This one over here is from a German YouTuber. I don't know who he is, but he's got like 600,000 followers on Instagram. He's probably something to do with the kids and young people. I'm just here for the bikes. Kevin! Super. Okay. Danke! That's Kevin. That's the guy that built this bike. Let's go find out what happens. On today's video, we're going to test ride this. We're going to go down to the river, to the Mosel, and we're going to go and hit some awesome roads. First impressions. The first thing that hits me about KTM 390 is it doesn't feel quite as small as I'd expected it to. Like the Triumph Speed 400, it feels an adequately sized bike whilst not feeling like a big bike at all. It feels small, but it doesn't feel like a 1990s 125, you know? This feels adequate. What a lovely day. What a lovely day. For sure, I've got to follow a car with a trailer the entire way, isn't it? This is quote unquote the old model, because this is the old 373cc version. Now we're on a 399cc version, but all these bikes are built by Bajaj for KTM. Little bit of Bajaj engineering there. See what I did there? Yeah, sorry. It's a really uncomplicated bike to ride. Look, we have a full set of PlayStation controls over here, but if we go back, click set, go to far modus, we only have street and off-road. That's it. We're going to leave it in street mode because it is built for the street. Good. It's quite low at the front end. It's got that Supermoto feel. It kind of makes me want to sit my reproductive organs right up on the tank, as close to the fuel filler as possible. and that way my weight's in the right place for a super moped, you know. KTM Schmidt have done a lot of cool things with this bike. It's more than just hardware, it's software as well. Lovely little hairpins here. Oh, this is a cool road. The last of winter's just hanging on. You can see how disgusting and dirty some of the tarmac is. But overall, I'm pretty happy. Just like that, we've escaped the valley of the Mosel. It is quite shockingly stiff, this bike, it has to be said. Let's have a look at this and see what we can do. It's actually pretty easy to adjust, I believe. I think we've only got one adjuster. Spring preload set about halfway, and I've got a soft hard there. Okay, let's go fully closed, see where we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 8 from closed. That's about where we are. Let's go a bit softer. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 clicks softer than where we were. And this is just a lovely little rotary knob, look. 4 to there. So we're 4 from closed. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4. Okay, so we're 4 from closed on the rebound. We're going to go 2, 3, 4. That's original position. 2, 3, 4. If you wonder what the fuck I'm doing, by the way, if we look under the seat, you can see this little bit of green. So it's got a performance air filter in. It's got a de-restricted air box, let's say. And also we can see the settings for the suspension. I'm now 8 from fully closed, so I'm more like sport here. So where I was before was harder than sport, and that was pretty hard. I'm impressed with the range of adjustability on this. Let's see how that works. It looks very much to me like this suspension, despite it being on a tiddler, you got to remember this is a €7,000 bike, and in this trim it's an €8,500 bike because of all the aftermarket cool shit, the cool stuff. Look, I've softened it off a bit. I think that'll be a little bit more comfortable now. Ooh, let's check this out. Oh, that is a nasty bump. Dropping back down into the valley, I've messed with the suspension. It's so much more compliant now. I think it was just a little bit too close to closing the damping surface completely. I think it was almost on the point to lock up with fast oil movement. Dropping back down onto the Mosel. This is an aggressive little thing, this. Oh, look at these beautiful little roads, and so interesting. Let's go back up the old Silberstrasse now that I've softened the suspension off and see what it feels like. Already it's just that little bit better on these cobbles than it was before. Okie dokie. Take two. I mean, it was on brand new tyres. Oh, this is so cool. Mega. You're not pushing that 19-inch front wheel around. You've got this tiny little 17. And while the bike doesn't feel unstable in a straight line, we do get to these tight corners and you can just feel the bike wants to just fall onto its ear hole. Yeah, maybe use your side of the road, I don't know. It's just an option available to everybody. With a hairpit. It's a tiny tarmac terrorist, that's what this is. Torque, 4,000 RPM with the bolts. Oh boy, this is really cool. 4,000 RPM, cracking open. Rub it out a bit. Slipper clutch. Surface is not great, but the suspension handles it, and the geometry is very playful. The bike just wants to go oof into the corner, and you can just put your elbows up, get your nuts up to the tank filler, and just turn her in. It's so good, we're going to go do that again, I think. Oh, this guy probably thinks that I've come here just to mug him, but I'm just going again, that's all. Just nip past him between the two corners. Oh, it's so good. The forks work quite well. The geometry feels bang on. I did mess around with it early and tried to make it tank slack, because that's one of the problems that you get when you drop onto a 17-inch wheel from something like a 19 or a 21. You can end up really reducing the rake, steepening that headstock angle too much, and the bike can end up getting a bit shaky. But no problems with this. I mean, this is a very high spec bike for a 390. Oh boy. It really wants to lean over. I kind of wish I got my leathers and knee sliders on, to be honest. I could take this round the track. I wouldn't be the fastest thing there, but you could take this round a racetrack if you wanted to, if you were that inclined. If you were that way inclined. Ah, it's a cool little thing. It's a cool little thing. SMT, Supermoto Touring. Could you ride this bike all day? Yeah, you could. Would it be the ideal bike to ride all day? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Without riding the 390 Adventure all day versus this SMT version all day, I'm not going to commit to which one's better over a full day. Which one's better on a beautiful hairpin road, I think I'm going to easily decide that. The KTM Binningen SMT version is very sporty. That 17-inch front wheel. Oh, what's he done? Oh, it's the most expensive fuel station in the world, apparently. Okay, full tank of fuel. Oh, damn it. I hate giving bikes back, it's shit. It's the shittest part of the job. I remember this when I was full-time, you know, road test editor even at the end. And the worst part of the job was enjoying all these bikes so much and then having to give every single one of them back. You know what they say, that if I win the lottery there will be signs. For me, the sign will be a garage that can fit 100 motorcycles, and that would just get me started. That would only get me started. Alright, the third and final ignition cycle. Off she goes. Brilliant. Let's talk about it. Look at the size difference from the 390 to the Touareg. It's just, it's a tiny bike, and you can really feel it when you take it off the side stand. It's like, it's really light. It's really light. On paper, this is 177 kilos wet, 163 kilos dry. So it's actually only like, what, 23 kilos lighter than the Touareg, fully gassed up. But that 23 kilos is in a much smaller package. And also, look at the center of gravity. It's so much lower. It's a really, really easy bike to handle on an everyday basis. And I don't just mean out on the road. I mean in a car park. I mean moving it around the garage. It's a really easy bike. We did discuss already the price, but just to re-clarify, this has got about 1,500 euros of extras in, over the top of a standard 390 Adventure, which I think I left somewhere over here. 7099 plus some delivery charges, whatever those are. Insert here. But you know, these guys are good guys. They've got a reputation for doing great deals. And talking to great deals, let's just give them a plug, because damn, am I feeling stupid now. Look at this. This was 15.5 on the road last year, and I said no, it's too much money. And look at this now, 12,490 including tech pack. Brand new bike, brand new 890 SMT. Oh shit, I don't like that 890 engine though. I love the power, I just don't like the vibes. The Aprilia's smooth as silk. Come on Dale, you can tell yourself you don't need an 890 SMT. You'll just do big wheelies and stupid stuff. That brings us to the natural conclusion of this video. The conclusion is, that's a great bike. If you're in the market for something small, sub 48 horsepower, and you want to be able to touch the floor with short legs, that is a great, great option. And it's sporty as heck. I would like to say it's sporty as fudge, but I think that's too strong. Yeah, great bike. Great bike. Like, subscribe, click the bell, all that bollocks.